What is up guys, Zach here from the Chaos Galaxy, and today I'm going to be doing a speed art video for the upcoming archetype in the Sindian starter deck. I've already shown you guys the creatures in the upcoming Sindel starter deck, which will be released at the same time. Really excited for these two decks to get released. This archetype is very different. I won't be going through the cards in this video, I'll save that for my next video when I do the archetype breakdown. But I'm just going to go through the designs of the cards, show you how I drew them and talk you through a bit about the technique. Hopefully you can get some tips for drawing your own cards. Also, just before I get into this, I want to ask you guys to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and if you want to support the game by getting your hands on some packs, there'll be a link to the online Chaos Galaxy store in the description. But for now, enjoy the speed art. Also, my homemade TCG shout out this week goes to Wrath of Kors TCG. If you want to be a part of the trading card game community and haven't checked this guy out, you really should. He's been making his game for ages. Currently on his second set of Wrath of Kors the game, and he does loads of work supporting other trading card games, but his most recent video was so cool I had to shout him out, on how to make foil cards for your game. This is something I've really struggled to do since making my game, but obviously in every trading card game you're going to want sick looking foil cards, so this is a really good tutorial on how to go about doing that. Really interesting technique, so definitely check out Wrath of Kors TCG. So this is the Utopian archetype, and they're a sort of army of guards that protect the planet Sindian. The first card we're drawing here is the Ancient Utopian, which actually was released in set 3. And the reason he was released in set 3 and not the starter deck was because I drew him initially as like the basis card of the archetype. All the other creatures in the archetype were going to have like a similar look, use similar colours and have similar armour to this guy. However, when I finished drawing him, I didn't actually like the card that much. I decided to put him in the game anyway because I drew the entire card, but I didn't want to base a whole archetype off his look. So I've taken this as like a version 0 of the archetype, and then the newer cards, the other Utopian cards, which you'll see later in the video, are like an upgraded version of him. And also this helps the characters tie in with the lore. So the Ancient Utopian was the first person to start the guard of the Utopian warriors, and he's like the sort of master that they all look up to from like way back in the day. So that was my thinking behind the Ancient Utopian. And as you'll see, all the other Utopian cards in the video have a slightly different look and feel to them. Here's the finished card, and like I said, he's available in the set 3 Justice booster packs. Cool, the next card we have here, unfortunately I didn't record myself drawing the outline of this card, but this is kind of the main look for all the other non-ancient Utopian cards. These are called the Utopian Guard creatures, and these are all the cards that I'll be drawing for the rest of the video. But they've got this contrasting yellow, really light yellow, and really dark blue armour, which makes them look quite striking. And then I've edited in some gold to make their armour really pop. I've done this on Photoshop after I've drawn the initial card. And here's the final version of Akab, the Utopian Guard. The next one we have is kind of the weakest creature in the Utopian Guard cards. Like I said before, I'm not going to reveal all their stats now, but this is like the most basic warrior in the Utopian army. And like I do with all my drawings, I start off by drawing the creatures in pencil, and then I'll go over that in fine liner pen, and erase the pencil underneath. I'm just finishing off the character now. And use my Copic markers to colour the creatures in. I get a lot of questions about what markers I use, and Copics I think are 100% the best markers I've ever used. I couldn't recommend them enough, although they are quite expensive, so they're a bit of a commitment. Here, just giving the characters quite like a plain skin colour, because the armour and weapons they've got are so bright that I don't want to draw away from them. But I do like the style in which I've drawn these cards with like the lightning spike shoulder blades, and helmets and stuff, and I think they're a cool looking archetype that tie in together well. So here's Etch, the Utopian Guard, and like I said, he's probably the weakest creature in the whole archetype. The next one, so annoying, I drew this card, it's my favourite card in the archetype, but the file that showed me colouring him in got corrupted. So here for now, just drawing the outline of the card, and then you'll see the final image just here. And this is Dura, the Utopian Guard, and he's probably my favourite in the whole archetype. So next up we have the final card for this video, and this is a really interesting one. This guy's called the Turned Utopianon. He's like a corrupted Utopianon warrior who he was in the League of Utopianon Guards. However, he was seduced by the evil creatures of Sindel and left his home planet on Sindian to become evil. And this creature's ability, when I reveal it, really ties in well with the lore. So it was just cool to make like an opposite evil version of all these like holy Utopianon creatures, kind of using the opposite colours that I'd normally use for Sindian creatures. And I'm pretty happy with the way the Turned Utopianon turned out. So here's the final card, and his ability is really interesting when I reveal it in my next video. So here's all the cards for the archetype, apart from the boss creature, which I unfortunately didn't film myself drawing. But this is what all the cards in the archetype look like. Let me know what you think of the archetype. Like I said, in my next video I'll reveal what all the cards do, how they work. Really excited to do that, and like I said, these guys will be released in the Sindian starter deck, which should be coming up very, very soon, so looking forward to that. Let me know what you think of these characters. I know these are like the base ones. I'm not showing the boss monster, which is a bit annoying, but let me know what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe. Get your hands on some Chaos Galaxy packs. There'll be a link to the online store in the description. Subscribe to Wrath of Khors. Check out the Chaos Galaxy Discord. Again, link in the description. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.